Hello. We're back. The nonary games. You want to say nonary. I know they say it nonary. I prefer nonary. It just sounds sounds better to me. But anyway. Yeah, we're back. So last time, so we're doing Virtue's Last Reward. I believe I mentioned last time that we may come back at some point and stream 999 again. If I'm going to do it, I would like to do it before the eventual ZTD stream, because it is kind of important. Chronologically, it is the first of the 3 games. So, kind of important. Technically, I should probably be playing that before Virtue's Last Reward also, but I haven't played this one as recently as I had 999. I'd streamed 999 a couple years ago, and just the VOD didn't save. I think there's some clips maybe, but VOD didn't save. So we'll maybe go recreate that at some point. But I also have a bunch of other stuff I want to play, so we'll see. Anyway, at the very least, I would like to... we're obviously going to do VLR. We're going to finish this. I would like to do ZTD at some point. It's just a question of whether I replay 999 for the... And actually, you know what? Thinking about it, I'm playing on the Xbox version on PC. So, like, replaying 999 would actually give me the achievements. So, and because it's the nonary games version, it's less tedious to go through multiple times. So, I don't want to 100% commit to it, to doing 999, but I would say it's probably more likely. I want to play it anyway. It's a great game, honestly, anyway. Really, I think, was one of the big turning points for me in my life, as far as, like, being really interested in death game shit, as I lovingly put it. So yeah, like 999 holds a special place in my heart. Has shaped a lot of my tastes in media and stories. And so yeah, I think it would be fitting. So I'm gonna play it at some point. It's just whether I stream it is a different story. We shall see though. Actually going to switch these windows around just so I can see the chat a little better. Yeah, so I think the plan today is to go for about 3 to 4 hours. So that would put it like roughly 2:30 in the afternoon if I go like the full 4 hours. And I think that's good. I have some stuff going on at 4 my time with some friends. So, like, yeah, an hour and a half break to, like, finish refreshing myself on the rules of the board game we're gonna play, and just the step away from the computer for a little bit and everything, I think will work. But we'll see kind of around that time. You know, I'm not gonna, like, stop mid-sentence or, like, mid-escape room or something, right? We're gonna shoot for roughly 2:30, but maybe a little before, maybe a little after, just kind of depends on where we're at in the game. So just a brief recap of what happened last time. We were kidnapped, woke up in a locked room with a girl named Phi. Our name is Sigma. Woke up in a room with a girl named Phi. We were told that, you know, this is an elevator car, it's falling, like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. And then cue escape room stuff. We escape. Turns out not an elevator car. We're trapped in a big warehouse with a bunch of other people. Uh, 9 other people. I don't know why I had to think of that number. At least this game, and specifically 999, or especially 999, really focus on the number 9. I don't remember if ZTD does so much, but anyway, not important. That's not this game. So 9 other people. Well, 9 people total. 7 other people, including, not including Phi Sigma. And, yeah, so we're basically told, like, hey, if you want to get out, there's this big door over here. It's got a big 9 on it. You need 9 points in this game we're going to play to get out. Door only opens once. It stays open for 9 seconds. If you're in here after that time, you're just trapped. And there's some stuff going on about like how we have to pair up with people to go into basically little escape rooms to get these keys to go play like a mini game of sorts. I mean, I don't know if I would say that. Like, the game really kind of consists of 2 phases. There's the escape room phase, where you go in, solve some puzzles, escape the room, and then you get a key, which allows you to do the points gathering portion of the game, which is the AB game, which we've not seen yet, so I won't go into those details. But yeah, so we wound up teaming up with Luna last time, me and Phi, and we went into the lounge and did the escape room there, solved some puzzles, and we got out, and that's where we left off. So, without further ado, let's get going. Yeah, let's try it. Oh. Hey, everyone's here. Am I so out of breath, Alice? And Dio, why are you guys running? Yeah, all roads. That is one thing I like about this, the layout of this warehouse. It's like at each checkpoint, maybe a little spoilery, but like at each checkpoint, there's like 3 different gates you can go through, but you're gonna wind up at the same place. So it's just like, well, I haven't been running a webcam for a while on the streams, mostly because I want to get like raw footage of games in case I ever wind up doing anything with the footage for like YouTube and stuff. But it's like if everyone's coming in on a single line and then it splits off into 3 branches and then converges into a single line. I mean, eventually I would like to start doing facecam again. I don't think it really adds anything to the stream. I mean, I suppose for games I've not played before, and like there's a shocking moment, or if I get scared or something, it's you get to see the reaction, and that's fun. But then I think my issue is like, what do I do about footage? And I think the solution would be to have a separate program in the background recording footage. Because like right now, like OBS is tackling everything. Like I'm streaming and recording simultaneously from within OBS, so it is capturing game audio and my voice on both the stream and the local recording. So I think that's what I would have to do, is just instead of recording through OBS, just like record through different software kind of simultaneously. Which I don't know if that would be more or less or equally intensive on my computer. Probably I would assume more, because you're running two programs. Whereas like now you're running one, but yeah. We can figure that out later. I don't think facecam is super important for VLR. Just, I've played it before. I understand like what's happening and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Here are a few more rules. Once you've opened a door, you can hop through it as much as you like. Chromatic doors are like that too. Once you open them, you and I carrot keep you from going in and out. Any color bracelet can go through them, and as many people as you like. But, you have to escape before you can take advantage. Yeah, so if that needs clarification, I thought it was pretty straightforward. But basically, once when you go in initially, you're locked in there until you escape. Like there are rules the first time you go in, but like once you escape and come out, those rules disappear. We can all like go in the lounge. We can all go in the infirmary. Like it doesn't. We all the restrictions on bracelet color and everything just goes out the window. Also, I totally didn't explain the bracelet thing. It's not super important, the specifics, but basically have a bracelet on your arm. Well, I mean, like, the fact that the bracelet's there is, but basically there's a bracelet on your arm, everyone's arm. You're assigned a color, and whether you are a pair or solo. So that's where, like, only three people can go into a chromatic door comes into play. You always, if you're a pair, you always have to match with a solo. If you're a solo, you always have to match with a pair. The colors are less important. They just dictate which door you can go through. Why am I 10 Myoji? Had they always been that close? In other words, they'd known each other before the Nonary game. And if Quark was calling Tenmyoji Grandpa, maybe they were even related. Alice and Clover seemed to be close too. Just how many of these people knew each other already? I apologize for yawning. I've been up for less than 2 hours. stayed up, stayed up a little later than, well, fairly late compared to my normal bedtime anymore. And like, trying to use the weekend, like I'm getting enough sleep. It's just my, my sleep schedule is shifted. But so I'm trying to like not get myself up as early on the week. Part of that is I'm trying to stay up a little later on Fridays and Saturdays just to account for not having to get up for work. And I'm trying to like just not use an alarm on weekends and just kind of sleep until my body's like, yeah, let's just wake up. Which is actually what I did today, but I wound up getting up earlier than the alarm I set. The only reason I had an alarm set today is so we could do this. Sounds nice. The other important thing, going back to the bracelets, bracelets show your point totals. Everyone starts with 3, but they also contain 2 needles and some drugs. If you like try and remove the bracelet, I don't know if I'm pretty sure if your points drop to 0. I don't know if they've explained that or not, but I'm pretty sure if your points drop to 0, you die. So like one needle is like a numbing agent, and then the other one just like shuts down your muscles and stuff, so you just stop breathing. Yes. You can go into the AB rooms. It's a game within a game. Don't think I ever knew that. Or I played the game before. I didn't remember, but like obviously not the definition I think most people would associate with it. Sure. Kay, Quark, and myself each gave one card to Luna, Alice, and Tenmyoji. We headed it into the AB rooms. There wasn't really any discussion of who going to which door, and Fi and I found ourselves heading into the leftmost room. Yeah, let's go in. Who dis? We've found someone. There's a lady. She's unconscious. No, she might be dead. Oh yeah, she's dead. Quark, don't look. Somebody save the children. There's been a murder. Seen this part, but it came way later. Interesting. I wonder what the most efficient route is to, like, get everything. I probably shouldn't say too much more on that right now, because, like, technically we haven't come across it yet, but... DOK and I gingerly lifted the woman up and carried her to the infirmary. Perhaps he just didn't consider himself one of the boys. Maybe it was something else. But whatever the reason, Tenmyoji only stared. His whole body was rigid, like a rope pulled almost to its breaking point. But it was his eyes that caught my attention. He wasn't staring at us. Not quite. It was more like he was staring toward us, a smoldering spark of something burning silently behind his gaze. It wasn't until we were almost to the infirmary that I realized Tenmyoji hadn't spoken a single word since the moment we'd found the body. I turned to look back at him. He was following us at a distance, his breathing heavy and labored, and his movements slow and shuffling, as if his body was suddenly made of lead. The woman's body was surprisingly light. Carrying her felt almost like carrying an old dry piece of wood. We set her down carefully in the infirmary bed, as we were afraid she might break. She looked so peaceful, almost like she's just going to wake up any minute now. It's like, I'm a nurse. Diagnosis: dead. DED, dead. Luna ran the scanner over the body, then turned back to the terminal. The display filled up with text, most of it rather technical. Sex: female. Estimated age: 65 to 75 years. Diagnosis: deceased. Cause of death: exsanguination. That's an awesome word. I should use that somewhere. Estimated time of death: 3 to 4 hours. Damage trajectory: weapon entered through fourth intercostal piercing heart. Wound characteristics: wound margin, clean, continuous. Wound angle: 1 sharp, 1 blunt. Wound cavity: 150 millimeters. Length: 30 millimeters. Width: 3 millimeters. Conclusion: based on the characteristics described above, there's a 95% chance the wound was caused by a sharp, single-bladed instrument. What's it mean by instrument? Was she stabbed with a clarinet or something? Or maybe some mayonnaise? Because we all know mayonnaise is an instrument. God, it's such a good episode of SpongeBob. So off topic, but in the upcoming Pokemon DLC, they are introducing a alternate, like a paradox form of Raikou. And I know this doesn't mean anything to you, Erica, but basically, it's they're taking a Pokemon from like an earlier game and redesigning it to be like a prehistoric form. And so they like made it have this really long neck, and I saw a picture where someone had drawn the Pokemon but with like a trombone around its neck, and its like neck all stretched out. It was like, if you owner of the white sedan, you left your lights on, and it just killed me. It was so funny. Because you came out of this room. You and Clover.